Welcome everyone to Meet the Candidate, a series hosted by Smart Plainfield. In this video, we bring you answers to questions about why candidates want to run for the Board of Education, and once elected, what they plan to do in office. Today, Kayla Bellan of SUNY Cortland sat down with Jacqui Workman.
Hi, my name is Kayla Bellan. I am a senior at SUNY Cortland who is majoring in history and Spanish with a minor in African American studies. Smart Plainfield has invited me here today to interview candidates for their school board. I'm here today with Jacqui Workman. Say hi.
Hi, everyone.
So actually, if you want to get a little bit more comfortable, we are seated far enough apart if you want to take off your mask. And before we begin the questioning process, do you want to say a few words about yourself, let the candidate, the general public know about you a little bit more?
Sure. Good morning. My name is Jacqui Workman, and my husband Troy and our dog Blue reside in the great city of Plainfield. I currently work for the city in the communications office. My background also includes working for Realogy Corporation as an events manager. I'm also the president of a 501c3 not-for-profit organization called the Barbados American Charitable Organization of New Jersey. I know that's a mouthful. It's affectionately known as Bacon J.
Well, now I'm hungry. Okay, so I think we can begin now, right? Okay, so my first question for you is, what are two strengths, skills, or insights that you would bring to the board?
So I think those would come down to passion and commitment to ensure that we are doing everything in our power to make sure that our kids are positioned to succeed.
All right, that's great. Yeah, passion, everything, I'm all about it. If elected, in what way would you ensure that the board functions as a team working towards one goal, a quality education for all Plainfield students?
I think communication would be the most important thing, along with open dialogue and mutual respect. I think if you can openly discuss the issues, then you're more apt to come to a general consensus about what steps you want to take to move forward. I think it would also be important that we implement a strategic plan so that we know that everyone is working towards a common goal or common goals. And again, positioning our kids to succeed.
Okay, so you're advocating for communication and strategy and everything. I think that sounds really great. It'll definitely benefit the kids. So we actually have a question from someone from the community.
Okay.
So have you seen the school districts aggregate data of academic performance? How will you work with the superintendent and the board to improve district results?
I have seen some of the information. And I think it's important that we institute policies, we give the kids resources and tools that help them to succeed. We know that everyone doesn't want to go to college. So how do we work with kids to make sure that they have skills for whatever trade, or, if they want to be an entrepreneur, how do we position them to succeed in those areas? It's important that we work with them, and whether it's apprenticeships, whether it's internships, we got to kind of think outside the box a little bit and try to position them again to be successful.
And you also mentioned that you're president of the Barbados American Charitable Organization, or BACON, right? Do you think that you could possibly make a connection with that organization in the school to provide more financial or professional opportunities for the student population?
Definitely. We offer yearly scholarships to graduating seniors. So that would be a unique opportunity, or one way that we could help. The thing that we realize when we go through that process is the kids are just talented. They may come from, economically challenged backgrounds, but they're talented. They have so much life and they're passionate and they want to do so much. So how do we help them to do that? And one of the ways that we do that is with the scholarships. You know, a lot of times we go through the process and we have to figure out how do we allocate now additional dollars, because, you know, you have 5 finalists that you invite and you interview them. They're all great. So we usually go back to the table and say, okay, so can we find, you know, a little bit more money to make sure that we give everyone, you know, some kind of reward, so that they know that as a community we're behind them. And we also try to offer, like, you know, if you ever need anything, we're always here. You can come back to us, and we will try our very best to help you in any way that we can.
So I'm guessing that you're really trying to be, if you do get elected, a very open board member, there to talk, there to listen, really hear the concerns of your general community and everything?
Absolutely. I mean, the only way that this works is if the community is involved. We have to get back to you being your neighbor's keeper. You know, there's that African proverb that says it takes a village, and that's true. We have to find ways to make sure that maybe if a parent can't attend a parent-teacher conference, or maybe if they can't attend a board meeting, that there's someone that they can say, this person will be my representative, make sure that they have all the information, and that way, that kid is not being left behind because, you know, you're figuring, well, no one's coming forward to speak on this child's behalf. And it's not that the parent doesn't want to. You know, maybe they're working a job at the hours whereby these things are happening. So if we as a community can come together and engage and make sure that our kids are taken care of, I think we'll go very, very far.
So obviously from everything you're saying, you really care about the children and the community in general. You want to make sure they're heard, you hear for them, and it sounds like you and your teammates really have a great plan going forward. So I wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for answering all of my rigorous questions.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, it's my pleasure.